Our social media platforms at COU Family TV on X, formerly Twitter, YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook. On YouTube, we are live, so you can go and comment, like, and share with a friend. Your comments will be dealt with and replied, and it will be our great pleasure if you like our pages and comment. And as well, share with a friend. You never know who it might bless. Today, we are looking at, of course, first of all, the celebrations of the World Nurses Week and World Nurses Day that was celebrated yesterday. The week runs from 5th to 12th every single year, and we celebrate these great, amazing people that first of all assist doctors in the hospital, but also administer medicine and other things that they're going to tell us about. Now, before I get there, I would love to remind you that, of course, Protea Hotel by Marriott Entebbe is our sponsor. They really do promise comfort and luxury at its best with different services like you can see on your screen. They do have accommodation. They have very beautiful beds where you can go and relax for a weekend or two with friends and family. They have continental dishes. When you talk about continental dishes, we are talking about dishes from all over the continent here in Africa, but also dishes outside Africa. They do have them. Snacks for those who enjoy chips and chicken like myself, as well as some vegetables to keep you healthy. They do have very nice juice that I've tasted personally, and when we move away from the food, they do promise a luxurious gym and spa where you can keep your body fit. Yes, that is Protea Hotel by Marriott Entebbe. For any information, you can call that number on your screen and make reservations, talk to them about their services, and see what they can offer you. I'm privileged to have some guests in studio today. I will start with the lady at my far left. Her name is Shamira Koffiah. She is the former Vice Chairperson of Makerere University Nurses Association, and in the middle is Tumwebaze, Chairperson Makerere University Nursing Students Association. They will be taking us through the discussion after they, say hi to us. You are most welcome. I'll start with Shamira at the end.
Okay. Thank you so much, and really delighted to be here. It's actually an honor to be here, and the cause of us being here, that we are celebrating the Nurses Week. It is really impactful that we are recognizing the roles, we are making, visualizing the impacts of nurses in our community. I'm really glad to be here. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Shamira. Yes, Mr. Tumwebaze, you are most welcome.
Thank you so much, Madam Moderator. It's an honor to be here this morning to talk about the impact of nurses in our healthcare delivery. And I thank Family TV for the opportunity to us to share with the people out there to talk about the value of nurses in the healthcare delivery.
Okay.
Yeah, very honored.
Thank you so much. Let's start from right there. You have said the value of nurses in service care delivery. What is a nurse supposed to do? Of course, we know nurses because we've all been in hospital. But professionally, as you can explain to the people, we shall start with Tumwebaze explaining to us what exactly is a nurse supposed to do.
Thank you so much, moderator. What I'll say about you're asking me the role of a nurse. I think a nurse is it's far better than just a word, because when you realize, if for people that have been to hospitals, most times they're often with nurses. So a nurse, they give care. Actually, it's one of our virtues that we are supposed to be compassionate. We are compassionate to our clients, to our patients. Yeah, and to just expand it, in care, there are some factors that encompass care. You have to teach the patient, you have to administer medications, we have that thing called our intercollaboration. We have interprofessional collaboration that, for example, we use the doctors or any other profession. You collaborate so that you give quality care to the patients, because at the end of the day, you all share a goal, that is to improve the lives of the patient and they get well.
Wow.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Shamira. Yes, Brian, what would be your take on the roles of nurses?
Okay, thank you so much. Talk about the role of nurses. Nurses do have a variety of roles, but majorly out there, people know nurses for patient care. But nurses go ahead beyond patient care, where you're talking to patients. Nurses are educators to patients, not only to patients, actually, also people that are taking care of patients in the hospital. They educate them to do simple things for the patient in their absence. That is another role. They do advocacy. Advocacy, I mean nurses, they advocate for patients, the rights of patients. What do patients need to do for their improvement? That is where nurses come in, because they work as a bridge between the patients and the people above them in the hospital. So they also do some advocative role. In another way of educating nurses, usually nurses, they do mass education out there in villages, in communities. They teach people basic, simple things, maybe hand hygiene, hand washing. What is the role of washing hands? What is the role of washing hands after moving out of a toilet? Just simple things. Those are also what nurses do out there in the community as large.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
All right. Thank you very, very much. Now let's get to the particular week that celebrates and recognizes nurses worldwide. That's from the 5th of 12th of this particular month. And my first question would be how exactly it came about for this week to be, first of all, realized and then recognized. How did the thought of celebrating nurses come about?
Okay, thank you so much, Madam Moderator. To talk about how this week came about to be celebrated. Actually, it is not only celebrated here in Uganda. It is a national celebration out there. People celebrate nurses on every year, 5th of May to 12th of May. And majorly we celebrate this week because it marks the beginning of modern nursing. Back then we used to have, the nursing we used to have is not the nursing we have of now. Nursing was believed to be given by people, everyone would, they considered him or her as a nurse to give care to a patient. But after Florence Nightingale came in, Florence Nightingale is regarded as the mother of modern nursing. Florence Nightingale is the one that introduced the modern day nursing, and we commemorate this week in remembrance of Florence Nightingale, because the 12th of May, that was his birthday anniversary. That's why we begin the week on 5th and we end it on 12th May to mark her birthday.
Oh,
yes.
Okay. Thank you. Anything to add, Koffiah?
I think I said it.
Yeah, said it all. Okay, now we have, for example, a nursing sector in Uganda, and we believe that one of the things that we must talk about is the challenges that comes with the sector of nursing. Before I get to the main challenge that, first of all, the problem nurses, Ugandan government has with nurses, I would like to first give you a chance to mention some of the challenges faced by nurses in Uganda, and I'll start with Shamira.
Okay, thank you so much once again. I think one of the challenges that we mostly face in the work environment, we have shortage of nursing staff. I know to some people this might look very funny because they usually see several nurses around the hospital. So, but for us who are working, we see there is, I can talk about the nurse to patient ratio. Realize let's say a whole cubicle, or you find it's one nurse or two that are taking over the whole cubicle, and a cubicle can be having 12 patients, your two nurses. So you really see, and you have to keep on monitor this one, monitor that one. So really that one, it's really a problem because if at least you could have, the utmost one, nurse to patient ratio 1 to 2, that will be really effective because you will be I have a focus. I have someone I'm focusing on to. If I have my 2 patients, I'll do my best, but you have to look after this one, run to this one is shouting nurse, Musawo, you get it? So it's really also a challenge. So if maybe the government could look into it to really help. Okay. Yes, so, and also the other thing is, you see, the working environment, it really matters when it comes to our mental health. Yeah, because you find at the end of the day, you've overworked those long working hours, the day shift, you're working from morning up to evening. You realize you overworked and at the end of the day it's going to drain you emotionally, and then you get physically exhausted, and that's one thing that would drive someone to mental health. You will not stable as you reach home, you have family, you have this, you have to do that. So really mental health, I think one thing I would really advocate for is for something they should provide support for mental health for those people.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you so much. And when we get to the student side, maybe, are there some challenges as a leader in the Students Association of Nursing? Are there some challenges that nurses face while on their journey to nursing, before they get there, while they're still in school?
Yeah, actually the most challenge recently, it is, okay, I will talk about my level. I'm doing my bachelor's. For someone, I think we just talk about people with direct entrance. You have from Form 6, you have these other aspirations, big aspirations, and then they reach to nursing. And then there is a way how, should I call it the community, or there is an image that was created way before we joined the profession, and there is a way they define nursing, and it's really stereotyping when it comes to students, because they are really not confident, especially after they have just joined campus or any institution. Like there's really that stereotype of what am I, like say this, but then anyway with time, of course everything comes when you come to love what you do, and maybe you're motivated by someone. Just that some people still they drop out because they feel they are really uncomfortable, and it's really not pleasing. Yeah, and then when you also look at the pay, we have that blending, because people study, at the end of the day they are like, I'll go abroad, I'll work for a better pay or better working conditions. Yeah, and then when it comes to what, I really give a round of applause to our seniors, the people we find on wards, because they really endeavor to teach us. They really do teach us. Yeah.
Thank you so much. Yes, Brian, on the challenges faced by nurses, both in school and outside of school, in the work environment.
Okay, thank you, madam. To talk about the challenges students face, first I will talk about the students' problems.
Okay.
As student nurses, obviously we, like any other thing, there must be problems we face. But majorly one of the problems we face is, I would say there is some shortage of career guidance to some of us, because most especially 75% of students doing a bachelor's degree in nurses. I believe 75% was not their goal to do, it was not their dream course. So having came in to do that course, out of maybe the government gave me the course, maybe I didn't qualify for the course I wanted. Obviously, for the first two years in that medical school, there is no passion for the course.
Okay.
So they don't give time. They are not yet in what they are doing. And obviously, when you do what you're not learning, then even there will be some academic performance challenges. There will be stress. There will be some will even give up actually and they leave the course. Yes. Then another problem I can say, as nursing students, I feel like at Makerere University, nursing students, we do attend classes for the first 2 years with any other medical students on campus.
Yeah.
That's medicine students, dental students, everyone in our first 2 years. Maybe I would say to some of us it would be a problem because the workload is too much, and when something is too much, obviously there will be stress, and that will be a problem to students.
Okay.
Yes.
So if you say the work is too much, aren't you the same people who are going to the field to do this work? I thought that is what you're supposed to do, because like personally, what I studied was too much, but I knew that I needed that much to be in the field and work like today where I am. I first went to school and the books were too stressful, but that's what I had to do.
Okay, in that I'm saying, you see, I told you we are doing with medicine.
You combine with medicine
students, we are doing with dental students. To me, I think there are some things that maybe because we are studying with medicine doctors. Yeah, maybe they give us as a whole. Yeah, so it is not selective like nurses should consume this, medicine guys should consume this. Me, I would think maybe to some extent
they should separate.
Yeah, to some extent maybe.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, Shamira, do you have anything to say about the fact that the workload is too much, but that is the workload you're going to need when you're in practicing?
You're actually right. I think how like in the best way, like the best way I could maybe put it is that it's not that you have to consider time and the workload.
Okay.
You just imagine you're doing like 6 bulky course units. At the end of the day, you have to also go on ward. You have to work on patients. You realize the other week you have examinations coming up. You see, you have to appear here, you have to appear there. But anyway, at the end of the day, you find a way of how to maneuver through it.
True.
Yeah, because you really have to go out of it and very well.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. It's a beautiful discussion when it gets to nurses, and I want us to now look at nursing in comparison to the community. Both of you have been in the field, I believe. You've worked with patients. Brian, not yet? Okay, for you have. Maybe from your perspective, why are nurses rude? Some nurses are too rude. Like it is like it's like she came from home with some issues, and you ask her, and she's like, "Oh, why?" you know. So maybe there is a problem that we don't understand.
It feels like a personal question.
To me, that question, I would say it would be a stereotype to some people.
Yes, it is.
Yes, it would be a stereotype.
Not all
nurses are good, but now that some of us come to the hospital and mind that nurses are rude, midwives are rude. So even if he or she tries to say something in a polite way, you will not see the politeness in her. You will just come with that
you have it in the
perspective
mind.
that nurses are rude. So you won't even see the good side of the nurse when you come with that.
Okay.
That's what I can say.
All right.
I think it's what I had said earlier about the image that the people from way before created. And I think also rudeness, it has to do with personality, because it's just that now when someone like for example in Uganda, when you look at government health facilities, most of them we do not have like that much privacy. So you could find this nurse is perhaps being rude to this person, and then the other one is witnessing. You get it?
Yeah.
So when I'm imagining I'm that patient, I go outside and I'm talking to someone, they're like, nurses are really rude. But it was really really just one like this. But they'd be like, nurses are really rude. But I think also what contributes to that thing is that like what I said, some people they just be exhausted. Like they're drained because you're overworking, you're running up and down, you're going to get this, the musawo. You see, you're just doing, and then I think sometimes maybe some patients are really not cooperative. It's really annoying.
Let's talk about it.
And it's really annoying. And you're really trying your best, and then you see your client is really not cooperative. I think anyone else can really imagine how that really feels. And this is about life and death. I have to save this person. If I do not perhaps say, give them this medication, they would not live. They will stand a high chances of, if they do not, for example, if you go to, we have a component of midwifery in our nursing bachelors. So we still go help mothers deliver.
That's worse now.
So now you tell this mother, please push, you won't kill the baby. But nurse, you're really rude. But the results of if she does not do this thing, I think it's also
life and death.
It's just a matter of life and death. That's also what happens when it comes to illnesses. Because if the reason actually why I think people seek health care services is because they want to live better.
Yes.
They are not well, they are not feeling well. Even if it's just a checkup, you are not feeling well. or you really think something is really wrong with you in your body. So if I'm really trying to really help you, please comply. At the end of the day, it's not my making that I'm really rude. It's just that I'm just trying to make you understand that it's really an important thing for you to do. But
what
then,
you're saying.
yeah, but then at the end of the day, they'll be like, oh, nurses are rude. Yeah, but some people are just rude in nature. Even if it's not a nurse, some people are just rude. Even in the way they talk, like someone can just talk and be like, whoosh, this one is really rude. Yeah.
Thank you so much, my guests, for that beautiful discussion. Now, before we get to some of the ethics, I want you guys to tell me some of the ethics they teach you, because some people may think that you're taught to be rude in school, but that will be after a very short break, and then we return with more. Don't go out.
Issues at hand, powered by
Protea Hotel by Marriott Entebbe. Comfort and luxury at its best.
Family TV, enriching lives. Family TV, enriching lives. Issues at hand, powered by
Protea Hotel by Marriott Entebbe. Comfort and luxury at its best.
We're glad you're still watching Church of Uganda Family TV, and you are still watching Issues at Hand with me, Carol Tumwebaze and Nowamani. Now, we left off with the conversation on nurses and nursing challenges regarding Uganda particularly, and we are powered by Protea Hotel by Marriott, don't forget. But before I go back to the discussion with my guests, I'd like to remind you that on every 3rd of June, we commemorate Uganda Martyrs Day, and among the martyrs, 23 were Anglicans while 22 were Catholics, and this year's celebrations will take place at the Uganda Martyrs Anglican Shrine in Namugongo. This year's event is led by the Diocese of Midwestern Cluster, inclusive of Rwenzori Diocese, West Rwenzori Diocese, Diocese of East Rwenzori, Masindi Kitara Diocese, Diocese of Buyoro Kitara, and South Rwenzori Diocese. Those are the dioceses preparing the event this year. We hope to see you there, but also if you are unable to reach there, of course we shall be bringing you live updates here on Church of Uganda Family TV, the way the function will go, each and everything. You will not miss a thing. Now, we all must be knowledgeable about Martyrs Day facts, that like who are the youngest martyrs. Of course, as you watch Know Your Rights, every morning we have a piece that we play, and it exactly shows these martyrs and their profiles. Okay, now the Martyrs Day program will be as follows. We shall have Children's Day on 23rd May, 24th May will be a youth event, and 29th May will be Fathers Union and Christian Fellowship. We do have Mission Crusade on 30th to 31st May this particular month, and then 1st June will be the women's event, that is Mothers Union and Christian Women's Fellowship. 2nd May we'll have the Sunday services because it will be a Sunday, and then 3rd of June we'll have the climax, which is the commemoration of the Uganda Martyrs Day. All the events will take place at the Uganda Martyrs Anglican site in Namugongo. Yes, that is it about the martyrs. I am still with my guests here from the Nursing Association, one from the Students Association, the other was the Vice Chairperson of Makerere University Nursing Association. Yes, she's Shamira Koffiah, and the gentleman is Tumwebaze Brian. Let's start off with the ethics that guide nurses. As nurses, there are things you are supposed to do when you get to the field, the things they teach you. Can you share some of these things with us? I'll start with Brian.
Thank you so much. I will first talk about the issue, the ethic principles.
Okay.
What do ethics mean to the people watching us out there?
Okay.
So these ethics, they are principles, values, and guidelines that guide the nursing practice. So some of the ethics we learn. First of all, we talk about confidentiality. Yeah, confidentiality is if you're working on a patient and the patient tells you some things about him or her, this confidentiality tells us you need to keep that to yourself and to the patient. Okay. You don't need to share to everyone, this patient is this and this patient is this and this. Yes.
Okay.
Yes, then another thing there is justice in nursing practice. Let's say you are given some materials to distribute to patients. Are you serving them equally? Is everyone getting what they are supposed to get, or you are segregating? You are giving these people and you are leaving the rest.
Okay.
Yes, then we also talk about beneficence. Major beneficence teaches us to do only good to the patient. Yes, everything you are doing to the patient, it should be good to her or him. Then we also have the non-maleficence. This non-maleficence tells us you don't have to do harm to the patient. Everything you are doing, it should not cause any harm to the patient. Then we talk about accountability. Yeah, everyone knows what accountability means. You need to account for everything you have done to the patient.
Okay.
Actually, in nursing practice, we say something you have not recorded is not done.
Oh.
Yes. If you have done something to the patient, it is 9 a.m. You have administered these drugs to the patient. You have to note it down so that you have you have really done what you're supposed to do.
Okay.
If you have not noted it down, then you have not done it.
Okay.
And that is also part of the accountability part. Then I will talk about veracity. This is truthfulness and truthfulness to the practice and to the profession. Yes.
Okay.
I think my colleague can add on.
Thank you so much. Yes,
Welcome.
Shamira, on the ethics of nursing, anything to add to what you said?
Yeah, thank you so much. But I'd really like to apologize to our patients that are found that's really rude. We are really sorry. So to add on nursing ethics, like what you have said, they are the moral principles and the values that really guide us in our profession. Because at the end of the day, nursing is like any other profession. We also have things that really drive us and keep us on track as we deliver our care. So one of them, we have something called patient autonomy. That one just looks at me as a nurse respecting my patient.
Okay.
That involves, I think, for people that have been to hospitals, you're given like these forms, you have to sign. By the way, it's a patient's right too. You can refuse medication. It's your right. Yeah.
Okay.
And I have to respect that. Just that sometimes you can be having those conflicting realities. You see, this client doesn't want this. I think that mostly happens with surgeries. This person says because of the complications that might perhaps happen after surgery, they just choose to decline it, and it's their right. And yet it's necessary for them like to move on and just. But you have to respect that.
Okay.
So another thing, it's advocacy. Like me, I'm supposed to advocate for my patients' rights.
Okay.
Things that make them better. If I see this, we have seniors, we have heads, so I'm supposed to also advocate for that. Then we also have, actually, communication. It's also one of our ethics. You have to communicate effectively so that you and your patient actually, our thing doesn't only focus on the patients, it also touches to the caretakers. Because you see most times when the patient is unable to do this, you would ask the caretaker, well, how should I go? How do they? Like, you get it? So really, you need to have effective communication, as you're delivering like your care.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, guys. Let's now look at the last part. There are reports in the papers that nurses escaped Uganda here to go and work abroad. Yeah? And now it's causing shortage of our nurses here. Why are workers going abroad to work there, to look for jobs there? Yet we have our Uganda here that can comfortably employ them.
Okay, I can choose to go first.
Okay, no problem.
Right, so I think there are several reasons why people would go abroad, ranging from personal to profession. Yeah, maybe it's for personal, maybe it's my dream to go abroad. But then when it comes to professionally, people usually they go abroad for better pay. Because as I talk now, I also have it in mind.
What?
So but most times they really go out for better pay and working conditions. Like you see, like for the challenges you really highlighted from above, they are there, but they are not employed. I don't know whether you get it. Because every year we have people who graduate, you have students who are nurses that are graduating. But at the end of the day, they spend a year without being employed and just here and there for survival, and now you get this thing that there is an opportunity that is showing up. You have this, you have that, you have these fringe benefits. Like, life is going to be a bit better. You have these high taxes in the country. Like, they just deduct your salary like nothing. You get it. So you really should let me just leave and
find somewhere.
Yeah, just find somewhere else.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, I believe the situations are improving. Brian, anything to add on that?
Yes, thank you. To talk about that, I will not deviate much from what my colleague has said.
Okay.
Major, it is about the pay, money, and most especially, I would say, most people that go abroad most nurses that go abroad, I think that the greater percentage is the bachelor nurses, because Uganda people prefer. You see, we have certificate nurses, we have diploma nurses, and definitely a certificate nurse would be cheaper than a bachelor nurse to employ. So people people would prefer to employ the certificate nurses for they require little care compared to bachelor nurses. So that will make bachelor nurses unemployed and they will opt to go abroad for survival. Yes.
Okay. I think to add on, I think one other reason why people like go abroad is because you want to advance in your career, in your academics, and then you get this scholarship. It's really abroad. Yeah, and you really find yourself you do not have an option other than moving, so you also choose to move.
True.
Yeah.
Okay, as a nurse who has been in the field, Shamira, give us an experience that you'll never forget working with a patient, something that really impacted you, or whether negatively or positively, that you'll never ever forget in your life.
I think something I'll never forget in my life is this day. It was my first day on ward. I had just joined year 3. It's when we start our clinical rotations.
Okay.
Yeah, I was at Mulago, the hospital. So I find this old woman. It was really my first time to cannulate. So I really I give my first try. I was not successful. I give it my second try. I was not successful. But I like this woman was like, young lady, try as much as you can until you learn, and you do it very well. I'll never forget that person, because I think I was successful on the 7th time.
No, we are laughing, but that's what we all go through. There is no one who wakes up and gets it on the very first time.
Yeah, but I really, from that day, I swear, I've never failed to cannulate someone.
Because but now is it better? Do you?
Yeah, it's so fast even. It's really fast, because I got all the techniques of how to look for a vein, even if it's not visible, turn them like this, you know where to put. Yeah, it was really a really nice experience.
But Brian, for you, it's still in school. Have you had those experiences?
I have not had experiences on ward, but soon August, that's when I will be doing my third year.
All right.
Yes. But I would also really to appreciate those people we find on ward, for they are really good to us.
Your trainers?
Yeah, our trainers. Okay. Because that includes also the people, the doctors, the nurses we find there, and everyone around. We really appreciate them for giving us a good. They give us a good environment for learning, because because this is, you have now to transition from being theoretical to being practical. Yes. You're now appreciating what you studied in class. You get it? So if you're given that environment, that chance to really appreciate what you've been doing and then do hands-on, there's nothing good that is better than hands-on. Nothing. And you realize it's something we shall do for our lifetime if we choose to stay in this profession. So if you're really appreciating with your hands-on, it's really impactful, and we are just grateful. I'm appreciating on behalf of my colleagues. Thank you so much.
Okay, and Brad, any last words to the congregation congregation? I'm so used to church, to our audience, as we close.
Okay, as we come to the end, first of all, I will first thank Family TV for giving us an opportunity to speak to the people out there, to speak about the nurses. Yes, as Mackay University Nursing Students Association, we appreciate so much, and we look forward to having more of this with you.
Okay, thank you so much. Shamira.
Okay, thank you so much, Family TV, for hosting us here. It's really a pleasure to be here. I think my last regards is I have to thank it's Nurses Week, the nurses that have really upheld our country, our healthcare system, because they're actually the drivers. Because you realize it's a nurse who spends most of the time with the patients. So we are really grateful. We are the reason you're actually worth celebrating. As this year's theme, it's critical role in healthcare delivery. They really play a critical role, vital role, in giving care. So I would also call upon everyone, we should not deviate from our virtues and ethics, that we should, because we have 3 elements that really define us when it comes to our services. You have to promote health, prevent illness, and then you support patients throughout their health journey. So that's something we should really not forget every day of our lives, because we chose and dedicated ourselves to serve our people. Thank you so much.
All right, thank you so much, dear guests. You have to say something small.
Yeah. As I finalize, I will also thank the nurses out there for doing their best for patient care, and I will call upon people out there to always respect the nurses they find there and have respect for them, because they are really doing great work out there.
Yeah, they are.
And as Makerere University, as nursing students across the nation, we are still celebrating the Nurses Week, and we shall end our celebrations next month as we have the inter-university nursing students quiz to interact with all the student nurses at Makerere University. So I will call upon all the nursing students out there, all the people that wish to come and experience to meet nurses, nursing students, and talk with them. They can come join us on the 7th and 8th of June at Makerere University.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, dear guests. In regards to the whole team at the Students Association or the Nursing Association of Makerere University, thank you so much. And thank you to our viewers for being such a wonderful audience. Thank you for those who have participated on our social media platforms. To repeat, they are at Church of Uganda Family TV, that's at COU Family TV on X, formerly Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube, where we were live. We have a string of programs that is still coming up. You ought not to go away. We remember we are campaigning for the safe screens and safe kids. Your children deserve good content, comfortable content that they can watch, and you are also very comfortable that they are watching something very, very nice. My name is Carol. We are partnered by Protea Hotel by Marriott Entebbe, and from myself and the production crew, it's a good morning.
Issues at hand, powered by
Protea Hotel by